running scandals. Bush. Number 3, Nevermind ignoring the UN, kill it gate. Senator McCain now backing away from his proposal for a League of Democracies that the U.S. could turn to solve problems like civil strife in other countries or nukes in North Korea, possibly with military force. The senator has now backed away from this discharge from the neocons at the White House, saying today it would be only an informal group without any military force involved. He may have said this after a Fox commentator foamed at the mouth with anticipation that what he liked was, quote, it's got a hidden agenda. It looks as if it's all about listening and joining with allies, except the idea here is to essentially kill the UN. Number 2, buying the Newsgate. First Armstrong Williams and video news releases and Jeff Gannon. Now the New York Times report yesterday that so many of the supposedly ex-military figures you were seeing on this network and CBS and ABC and CNN and Fox in 03 and 04 and 05 still had business relationships with the Pentagon and were still being wined and dined by DOD brass. The headline here is not that the administration was trying to corrupt the free press. It's A, how courageous were the likes of Barry McCaffrey and Monty Meigs and Jack Jacobs when they came on here and said, this is crap, the Pentagon misled everybody. And B, what makes anybody think this still isn't going on at Fox? And number 1, taunt the enemy gate. We have learned nothing from wanted, dead or alive. Secretary of State Rice mocking the anti-American militant Muqtada al-Sadr while in Baghdad she said, I know he's sitting in Iran. I guess it's all-out war for anybody but him. I guess that's the message. They can go to their deaths, and he's in Iran. None of us have any use for this guy, but it is interesting to note that ever since he agreed to a government request from the Iraqis for a ceasefire for his part of the insurgency, still the most effective part of the insurgency, we've called him a loser because he went for that ceasefire, and now the Secretary of State is calling him a coward. See, Madam Secretary, you keep mocking this bozo, and it begins to look like you want him to start the full-scale bloodshed, because that, of course, would make it easier for you to keep this damn war going. And even if that is not the motive, who was it who wrote that if you make your enemy look foolish, you lose the justification for taking him on? Oh, yeah, the author John le Carré, who started out life as David Cornwell, British spy and diplomat.